got something super cool to show you in this box. Now, you can already see this is the micro conversion kit, or the MCK that they like to call it, from CAA USA. I already have one of these. You guys have seen me review a couple red dots with it on the channel. Hell, I've even shot that thing in a competition once. But what's really cool about what's in this box, when I was at Wanamaker, I struck up a friendship with the guys over at Lake Point Outdoors, and they do custom MCK kits. So let's get this opened up, and I'll show you what's inside. Alright, so when you buy one of these MCKs, they come in a really nice box, a little carry handle, and flip this open. And, we're going to pull this out, set it to the side. We have got the owner's manual down in here, which is a really nice manual. It's all full color, 18 pages worth of stuff in here. Now we also have cleaning tips. We've got the assembly tips. And we've got all the cool add-ons for it. Front and back. And in here, we'll get into this part in a second. And that is everything in the box. Let's get this out of the bag. And let me show you what this bad boy looks like. This is their P40 model, and this is in the green. They do have this in a couple other colors. Here's the other side. And this is hydro dipped. There's your front. Got a full rail across the top. We're going to talk a little bit about this rail too. There are tons of videos out on these MCKs. They are very popular. There are videos all over YouTube about it. But what we're going to do, because like I said before, I already have one of these. And this is the Gen 1 model of this. So we're going to go over what the differences are between the Gen 1 here and this Gen 2. Alright, so the first difference we want to talk about here is the difference between the brace on the Gen 2 versus the Gen 1. Now, as you can see on here, the Gen 2 brace is a little bit longer, and when you fold this up, it kind of makes it impossible to shoot this with the brace folded. But with the Gen 2, it goes further up, and now you can shoot it with the brace folded. So that's a nice new feature on the Gen 2. Alright, so the next thing we want to talk about is this is actually the Gen 1 charging handle. And I'm going to get this out of the bag because it'll be a little easier to explain to you what the difference between the Gen 1 handle and the Gen 2 is. So this is the Gen 1, and that is actually what's in this unit right here. Now if you look at the top of this, it's smooth, and you've got this big hole cut out here. And you've got your ridges in here that grab a hold of your Gen 3 Glock. And I did forget to mention, both of these are made for a Gen 3 Glock. Now, if you open this and look at this new charging handle, not only are these teeth here on the side to grab a hold of the serrations in your slide, you've got a little extra here to grab, and now you can run suppressor height sights because you have the deeper groove there instead of just having this hole. So the Gen 2 is compatible with suppressor height sights. Now the next big difference between the Gen 1 and 2 is on these MCK kits you can carry a spare magazine up here in the front. Now this just clips in, and when you want to grab it, you got to rip it out. But with the Gen 2, it locks in, but it has a release on this side to drop it out. So let's see if it's standing straight up, if it drops free. And it does. But with this one, you do not have a mag release. It just holds it in there, and you have to rip it out. Alright, now one other thing I want to talk about, which you can't see it on this side because I have the thumb rest, but on this side, if you see right here, you've got this hole and this hole here. And let me show you what that's for. Alright, so these MCK kits, you can put a compact or a full-size Glock in here. So if you're going to use, say, a 22 or a 17, you have to take the screws out here, and if you look at this, it pulls forward, and now you can see it says full size or F, and it's going to be hard to pick up. Well, I guess we can see it. If you look here, you can see where it says compact or full size. So now in my case, I am going to be running a Glock 22 that has basically been converted to a 17. It has a Lone Wolf conversion barrel in it. So now the screws, when I got it, they were right here, and now we are going to move them to the front, and the Allen wrench is supplied that you need to tighten this down. So you want to lock this down, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. But if you're going to use a Glock 19, then you can use it the way it comes right out of the box. And on your Gen 1, instead of saying C or F, it actually says 17 here. And you can take that screw out, move it back here, and push it back for the 19. Alright, and the last thing we want to mention about the Gen 2 versus the Gen 1. So this is what the front looks like. And if you look here, you've got 2 Allen screws right here on both sides. And you can actually take that out. And the reason this opening is big right here, because now you can run a suppressor on the Gen 2s. But if you look at the front of the Gen 1, that's not an option. And if you were wondering what this hole here is on the bottom, you can actually take this out, and CAA has a flashlight that you can pay extra for and put in the place of this. Alright, so this is my Gen 3 Glock 22, but it basically is a 17. It does have the 9mm conversion barrel in it. Pretty much everything on this gun is stock, other than it does have an extended mag release, and I did put a ZEV trigger in it. Now, to put these in, you just take this up in the front, and you kind of line up your serrations that I was showing you on your charging handle. and you just push that right in there like that and lock it forward. Then this gate will shut and you push that forward. And there's what it looks like with the Glock in it. To take it out, you just push this button down right here, pull your gate back. Up here in the front, got these on both sides. Just take these, pull them down, slide your Glock back, and pull it down. And that's all there is to it. Alright, and she is a beauty. I like it. This hydro dip is just awesome on this. Alright, let me go pick out an optic to put on this, and I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like. Alright, decided to put the Monstrum Ghost on it. I just recently did a review on this with the magnifier. Really like this dot. I did take the thumb rest off of my Gen 1 and put it on this Gen 2. I'm left-handed, that's why it's over here. And overall, I really like how it looks. Let's throw an extra mag in here, just kind of give you an idea. But yeah, man, I really like it. Well, let's get this thing to the range in the next video and test it out. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.